Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Experience Shift. My name is Ryan, and today you are getting me from the comfort of my own home. I was originally planning on recording this video from the comfort of Florida, where I was going to the CX exchange, but the blizzard had other plans. So I'm snowed in, there's wind gusting against my window, and my kids are all running around. And I wanted to talk to you about our first topic to unpack what gets in the way of customers having a beautiful customer experience. And that is that most technology that is bought with great intentions, is powered by companies who care, who are constantly innovating, who have a clear AI strategy and are trying to get the best thinking in front of their customers. But too many of their customers bought it without having intention of who owns it and how they're going to govern it and how they're going to set up for success and how they're going to enable cross functionality. And in the customer engagement space, you see this loud and clear. How many times do you sign up for a product and they learn nothing about you, but then they spam you with text messages, in-app messages, calls from SDRs, and you're going, whoa, I just wanted to read an article. That is a lack of intention. And I think in the customer engagement space, it makes even more sense because if you're going to use your product as a messaging channel, if you're going to use product behavior in your CRM data as a way to understand who someone is and where there is, then a lot of people are going to be involved because customer engagement is a cross-functional sport, and so it requires cross-functional planning and governance. And of course, you can attack that through system connectivity and data connectivity, but that has its own problem because, again, it's not governed. So thinking specifically about your engagement strategy, ask yourself who owns your customer engagement setup. In my opinion, it should be somebody who either sits in product marketing or customer marketing. Why? Because those people are going to be at the center of your go-to-market process. Put another way, the process that launches new products, new offers, new materials, new initiatives, new pricing plans. And whether you're a B2B or a B2C business, that needs to get activated. They're also going to be really a partner to the CX team and whoever owns retention to own the velocity and the improvement across the life cycle. So much of what's being spent and talked about on LinkedIn and other platforms is on acquisition. It makes sense, right? We want to acquire customers. But if they are increasingly used to on-demand pricing and consumption models and software that does exactly what they want it to, and you aren't nailing the life cycle, you're going to have a lot of acquisition and not a lot of lifetime value, and that is no good. And so if I think about who should be governing engagement platforms, it should be marketing. But that doesn't mean that UX teams don't play a key role in the governance. They need to speak to the design principles to ensure that the engagement strategy links to the design system in the same way that the brand marketing team will on the marketing side. You also need to make sure product is really engaged because PMs are the ones who are testing new functionality. They're launching new functionality. And if the engagement product is built in a way that catches those people in stride, they can launch and it will go right into their go-to-market process. But too often, one PM is responsible for an entire company's engagement stack, and you wonder why it looks like Las Vegas. Then on the other side, CX plays a key role in governing it. When do they want personalized, named messaging? When do they want to prompt a call versus a digital experience? How does that then show up by different customer types and different tiers and also different personas? That matters, and that's why the cross-functional governance is really key. In our next session, we're going to talk about targeting and how to speak to personas like me differently than personas who are using software. I signed up for one of our sales platforms today because I was trying to build something in Claude Code with it. I had no utility for anything that I saw when I logged in, and the 6 emails I've gotten since were meant for a sales rep, not for me. And there's an opportunity to do better with your engagement by understanding who someone is. We'll talk about that more next time. How are you governing your engagement strategy? What did I miss? What are things that you should be thinking about? I'd love to learn from you. Thanks so much for reading. Bye.